Indian American Business Impact Group hosted a beginner friendly event titled Cryptocurrency 101 on June 17, 2026, at the Marriott, Tysons Corner, Virginia, covering cryptocurrency, blockchain, digital assets, AI regulation, and industry trends.
So, our vision is to see that we empower our youth and see that they can do the best possible. We want to, do that. Anil was just telling one of the kids walked in here, is 6.5, right? But what Anil said, right? I want you to grow in business and career that high. If we already started, then we have so many people here sitting, with a lot of money sitting in their accounts. They are willing to invest. If you can convince them, right?
The event features presentation by Ruchi Manche, Nix Group founder and investor Sarina Siddhanti, Uniswap head of growth and business operations, and Vihan Jaswal, MoonPay blockchain engineer, followed by a panel discussion with Rajesh Virasamy, a former CFTC and SEC regulatory market expert, and the other three speakers.
If you're an emotional trader, as I call it, you probably shouldn't do it crypto because you'll get drunk one night and sell everything and you'll go and went up 20% tomorrow. So you need a lot of patience and you need the ability to withstand a lot of lows because that comes with a lot of highs. When Bitcoin at an all-time high earlier this year, the Bitcoin was like, Bitcoin's going to the moon, and it did, it went down from there, right? So the question is, hopefully you didn't take out a mortgage and put in Bitcoin then, right? Yes, I think everything comes with risk and appetite. You should structure crypto as part of your portfolio. I would say like the numbers like 5% the wealth advisors typically do with Bitcoin. I think if you're younger, you have a better shot of being more risk on. But yeah, to answer your question, the risk appetite goes up and down much higher than any other investment product, and it should be treated as such.
Yeah, thank you. You feel free to add on this.
I think another sophisticated argument, an additional one to why someone might know as much as possible and not best is if you think the parts of crypto that will win are like financial infrastructure parts. They're not the parts that are going to have a token go up as much as it's just going to become the rails on the back end of the financial system, and that might not be reflected in investing in tokens, if that makes sense. There would be two different parallel tracks, and crypto does take off, but you don't make money off it investing in necessarily Bitcoin or other coins. So I think there's that, and then there's regulatory, as we've talked about a lot, is will the powers that be allow this to be as big as it could be?
The Indian American Business Impact Group also celebrated its third anniversary during the event.
My thesis is crypto isn't a value-bearing asset or whether it's a utility. You need to make a distinction, and I'm a big proponent of stable coins. So each and every person should at least create an account and hold a crypto wallet because it's just like going to the gym. We have to get used to this stuff first. Second thing is several transaction. This stable coin, which is not going to increase a lot, will be the currency for transactions. Whether we like it or not, it's coming. So anybody who's doing a lot of agentic stuff, as several folks talked about, agentic commerce is coming, micropayments. Right now, nobody pays us anything at this particular point of time. So whether it is something that we should hold for portfolio increase or not, that's not the thesis. The thesis is the utility thesis. So if you believe in utility thesis, we should hold it.
Well, crypto goes to zero on your job. But I would say Bitcoin is the easiest play. If you have, your portfolio, just 5% is the easiest thing to put in Bitcoin. If you want to get a lower risk on, you can do Ethereum Swan. I would probably not touch, unless you're savvy, if you want to research, I wouldn't touch anything else. Mostly because you will probably time it properly. The only things I recommend my parents and whatnot is Bitcoin here. Pretty much only Bitcoin at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Bitcoin, I think, in the long term is pretty much the only thing you should be investing in. You have all these Solana tokens and all these other tokens which are a little more niche and nuanced. And the general consensus of those is it's pretty much a gamble. It's like you're going to the casino and putting in your money in it and it can go up and down. You have no idea. So I think Bitcoin's the only one that's really has a relatively strong potential.
So instead of just trying to hold the coins itself, now there are a lot of automated investments available, which I think you should definitely look into it.
Can we democratize ownership? Can we make it accessible to way more people, way earlier in the cycle, to own a piece of something? And that's what tokens are supposed to do. So when you think of tokens, think of ownership. And so I'll give you like a couple examples of how tokens change ownership. So one, people talk about a lot like tokenized real world assets. Crypto loves making up words that have very little meaning to others. But what it actually means is taking assets people invest in today and putting them on the blockchain so that they're more accessible. So for example, imagine the US stock market on blockchain. Suddenly, anyone around the world can invest in US stocks 24 hours a day.
The AI agent is essentially the first new economic player since basically the start of civilization. You think about how the economy has worked for forever, right? You had businesses, you had people, and you have governments, right? And they all interact with each other. But for the first time in the world, and ever, you have a new player in the economy, which is your AI agent, right? It can make its own decisions, it can make its own payments, it can produce its own products, it can buy its own products, it can do everything end to end, right? And so that is its own economic player, and it completely changes the way the economy works. And so at MoonPay, we're working very, very hard on having agents actually have the power to participate in the economy. And that goes with agent wallets. Going over to the next slide. So we think about what agents can actually do today. I'm sure everyone today is writing documents, making spreadsheets, doing the pretty usual stuff, generating code. But how many people here have actually tried paying someone using an AI agent? 0 people, right? Because it's like pretty hard, right? That's not a coincidence that no one's done it because it's extremely difficult to do something like that, which is completely shocking to me because agents are now no longer a tool, they are a full worker. You've had Claude Fable 5 got banned from the government because of how powerful it was. Because it can do full tasks that humans can do end to end. Go to the next slide.